Hello everyone, my name is Leung, and I'm the Head of Strategy and Actuarial Services at Defence Health. Today, I would like to share with you my recent paper, Is Health Insurance Affordable in Australia? Why do we want to discuss affordability in the first place? In Australia, we have a dual public and private healthcare system. Universal access to healthcare is provided under Medicare. Members of the public can also purchase health insurance to obtain treatment through the private system. The government encourages the purchase of health insurance through various initiatives, including the private health insurance rebate, lifetime health cover, and the Medicare levy surcharge. Around 50% of the population has some form of health insurance. Average industry premium increase has been increasing at a much faster rate than the Consumer Price Index and average weekly earnings, especially over recent years. This disparity indicates an increasing proportion of the household budget is spent on health insurance. This leads to a national debate of whether health insurance is still affordable to the general public and the value that it brings. Despite the attention, there does not seem to be a consistent definition and measure of affordability. The aim of my paper is to utilize publicly available information to address that issue. My exploration of this subject starts with the concept of affordability. The Oxford Dictionary defines affordable as inexpensive or reasonably priced. That implies a comparison of price and value that a person gets out of the purchase, which is not an easy concept to apply in health insurance in Australia. On the value side, health insurance can be seen as a financial risk mitigation product for medical events, or a cash transfer mechanism which allows the purchaser to access everyday healthcare supplies and treatments, or a way to avoid future penalties imposed through legislation. On the price side, as health insurance is community rated, insurers design products which offer different treatment coverage in an attempt to appeal to different risk segments. The wide variety of products available makes defining a benchmark premium for this exercise difficult. The level of private health insurance rebate introduces further complexity. Depending on the year and individual circumstances, different cohorts of policyholders will enjoy different level of rebate. Despite the challenges, it is still worthwhile developing this measure because it provides a common language to discuss affordability and highlights any pressure that households may have in purchasing health insurance. Let's look at the development of the measure. I undertook a three-stage process. The first step is product classification, as we need to classify all health insurance policies into a homogeneous group. I adopt the system utilized by the government comparison website maintained by the Commonwealth Ombudsman. The next step is selecting the right framework. There are two particular references worth noting here. One is the Housing Industry Association Housing Affordability Index. The other one is the catastrophic method of understanding cost of medicine. These methodologies are the foundation of my formulation of the measure. The final step is designing the formula to measure affordability, which is now shown on the screen. The denominator is the equivalized household income, which is available from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. This measure includes wages, but also government transfers like pensions and other income streams like annuity payments. The concept of equalization is critical. An equivalent scale is used to adjust household incomes to take into account the economies that flow from sharing resources and enable more meaningful comparisons across different types of households. Household income is normalized to the level of a lone-person household for a fairer comparison. The numerator is the net premium of a health insurance policy after the private health insurance rebate has been taken into account. To synchronize with the denominator, we will use the premium of a singles policy for this calculation. In the paper, I illustrated the application of the index using a number of different scenarios. Firstly, I calculate the index by income quintile under different health insurance policy type. The higher the index, the larger the proportion of household income spent on health insurance. In Victoria, a typical top hospital and comprehensive general treatment combined policy will consume around 5% of the income of an average household. If you look at the most expensive top hospital and comprehensive general treatment combined policy, under scenario C, it will consume 12% of the average household income. I also look at the index in Victoria by age group and how it varies between them. The index follows a U-shaped curve across the age groups. Health insurance is less affordable in the younger and older age groups and more affordable for people in their 40s and 50s. This raises an interesting question about the ability of the older population to maintain health insurance when their healthcare need is the greatest. Note, the average household is probably not a typical buyer of health insurance. Nevertheless, the index is a good indication of how affordable health insurance is to the general public. Another really useful application is the ability to project future affordability and explore implications on the sustainability of the industry. I projected the index over the next 20 years, assuming the CPI will grow at 2% per annum under 3 different premium increase scenarios. Based on the projection, health insurance will become less affordable over time. This is because the level of gross premium subsidized by the health insurance rebate, which is indexed at the CPI level, will reduce, meaning a higher net premium paid by policyholders. Growth in household income will not match the rate of growth in net health insurance premium. Under the worst-case scenario, nearly 25% of the average household income will be consumed by a comprehensive combined health insurance policy. This projection raises questions on how sustainable health insurance is in Australia and what can be done to arrest the decline in affordability. My paper provides a good starting point for further research on this important topic. I have listed a number of potential research areas in the paper, including longitudinal tracking of the index and inclusion of household wealth in its next iteration. I hope the paper provides a meaningful measurement of affordability and valuable insights into the sustainability of health insurance in Australia. Thank you for watching.